to do is have consistency in the profile pictures.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty obvious with Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. You can have it, if you go look at me, it's the same black and white headshot across all platforms right now. That way when you see it, it's always the consistent bow tie branding that I have everywhere. I do a lot with Facebook on the personal side. The more that I've used it and grown my network, the more professional it's become. And so I don't post as much personal stuff as I used to. If you go back 2 years, you will see a lot of posts about my daughters, about my wife, about what I'm doing for the weekend, pictures of food, all that kind of stuff. Now it is much more about what events are going on, where am I meeting people, what am I doing this evening, both professionally and personally. And every now and then I'll let that glimpse of personal stuff pop up, just so people know I'm still a real person, that I'm not strictly and 100% professional bow tie wearing Danny Beyer, but I do have a life outside of the 9 to 5. LinkedIn is interesting because you don't have to do a lot with it to be perceived as an expert, to be completely honest.
Chip on it.
Yeah. I go in and they've revamped their whole system now, so you can actually go through, just like you're setting up a profile on Amazon or something like that. It'll ask you, where did you go to school? What are you currently doing? What certificates have you earned? What training have you done? What projects have you worked on? And it'll walk you through step by step how to make an all-star profile, just in a wizard if you let it do it. So I encourage everybody to log in, go click that recommendations for my profile link, and follow the steps that it wants you to take to fill out a really good full profile. The other big tip with LinkedIn is make sure you have the correct email address associated with the account, because it likes to communicate to you that way. And so if you're not going to get on there every day, you can at least see when people are sending you messages or when things are happening on your profile.
Of all the social media sites, which one do you find to be the most effective for your business or for you individually? Which one do you just gravitate towards?
I love LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Personally, because it's not as invasive as Facebook is. You can do stuff on it. You can look around on it without being a stalker, because people know when you're stalking them there. It tells people when you're looking at their profile. It also has more clout than the other social media platforms. So if you find people who are on it and using it, and you send them messages or you invite them to connect and you ask them for meetings, I have had a 100% success ratio with LinkedIn messages right now. So I'll send a message and say, hey, great to connect with you. Can we grab coffee? I need to learn more about you. I've never been told no at this point in time.
So are you using it for professional development, or is it just another social media within the community?
The amount of content on LinkedIn and the actual real great data you can look at is incredible. There's what is called influencers, where they get people who are uber successful in what they do. Richard Branson with Virgin Atlantic. Steve Jobs used to write on LinkedIn before he passed, where they would get these mega influencers and give them free reins to just write whatever they wanted to about their industry, about what they do for fun, what their thoughts are. And you don't have to connect with these people. Everybody has access to this information. And so if you are interested in anything, there's an influencer or there's a subject or there's something on LinkedIn where you can get free, incredible data and stories and content. You just have to take the time to kind of filter it and find it. So whether you're secure in your job or not, if you want to learn about social media, you can go and follow social media and get great information from people who do it for a living. It's just a cool way to find passions and read more about the things you're passionate about. LinkedIn is an interesting because it's the smallest of the big three, but more business is done on LinkedIn than the other two combined by about 20 times. And so it's the most useful, in my opinion, for what social media can do professionally, but because of the misunderstandings, because people think you only have a LinkedIn profile if you're looking for a job, So that's the biggest misconception that I try to get rid of, is LinkedIn is only for people looking for jobs and only for recruiters. It's really a powerful tool for building real, actual relationships between people. Now, 96% of HR departments will look at social media when they are deciding if you are going to get an interview or not. If you spend literally half an hour to an hour a week, you have the control, without any cost besides your time, to completely control what your online presence is.
I don't have Facebook, I don't have Twitter. I do have LinkedIn, but currently there is like nothing on it. All I have is connections. No photo, no. I've been meaning to get to it, but I'm a little nervous about what I put on there as far as contact information or where I work or, you know, the things that I do exactly. I'm not exactly sure. Like, so if somebody from HR looks at that, is it worse that I am lacking information than actually having it? It doesn't really say much about me,
Right.
but I don't know if that hurts me or helps me.
Let's say you're putting in for a job and you have fantastic qualifications, and someone else puts in for the same job and their qualifications are just below yours. But they Google you and they see you have a LinkedIn profile with not a lot of information, and they can't really find out much about you besides what's on this piece of paper. And then they Google this person and see some awards, some press they've got, maybe some articles from what they've done with their current job, as well as if this person's really ambitious, a YouTube channel or something like that, showing how they're making their job or something they're passionate about.
You
Yeah,
did it.
there we go.
If you had that choice, who would you give the interview to? Everything that I've learned, I've Googled. So I've never had a question that Google can't answer for me. So if you guys have other questions after I leave, if something pops into your head, don't hesitate to email me, ask me. But no more than likely, if I don't know the answer, I'm just going to Google